Hello everyone, and welcome back to Double D Fishing Adventures. Today we're at Bessy Beck in Kirby Stephen. Beautiful place, very hard fighting trout, but also very hard to catch, especially when today, as you can tell, it's going to be very bright and very sunny. Beautiful place though, if you can see this behind me. Absolutely stunning. Two lovely lakes, which I'll get some footage of in a moment. I'm just going to get set up and I'll be right with you. I thought I would take this time to show you how I set my rods up and how I set my gear up. If you're a first time angler, these are going to help you out. These are nylon loops. Most fly lines don't come with them. I highly recommend you install one. I always do mine with a little dab of super glue just to really strengthen it. Very easy to install. You buy them for about £7 for a pack of 10. Simply slide the nylon over, leaving the plastic tubing on. Tick the tube to the very end. I like to go a bit past the end so you don't get little frayed bits disturbing the water on the retrieve. And then you simply dab a super glue at the top. That'll run down the inside of the tube, strong as an ox, and a brilliant way to attach your flies. So we're simply going to put that through, bring it round, and now it's called a blood knot, but I like to do at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 wraps, just round and round the line, and we go straight through the hole. Challenge for me because my eyesight, anybody who knows me will know it's crap. Pop it in, take the tag end, little moisture. Once it's moist, just pull it tight, and there you have it, a little blood knot. Bang on for fishing. And I always say as well, very important, to trim this tail as close as you can. There you go, leave a little bit for tension, but always trim it nice and close. And now, we've got our leader out. We're going to go 1, 2 and a half arm lengths. I like a good 18-foot leader, I do. Just gives me more confidence in it. We shall clip this off. And from experience of this fishery, they love a cat's whiskers here. So I'm going to try using a cat's whisker, but in the form of a snake fly. So what I mean by that, the cat's whisker is typically a white and green fly, which we have here, but I'm going to use the snake fly version, just a bigger version, that's all. So, and it's the exact same principle again for attaching this. Just simply wrap it around 8 times, catch it on the back, it's a bit fiddly, and then through the hole, just above where the eye is, like that. Always moisten your knots and pull down, and that's it. And also, same again, trim that nice and tight. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is us set up. I mean, just look at this place. Walking down little narrow paths like this to get to your fishing, it is absolutely stunning. Very well looked after. Oh, there we go. This is the kind of place where you find trout. Today's video is going to be me trying to again help new starters get into the sport. This is the sort of area just on the outskirts of these trees is where you're going to find your fish, because they love to hang around in these areas gathering the food out of the trees, any insects that drop out. Yeah, my last giant I caught out of here was about 13 to 14 pound, and I was stood right here and I was fishing about where that tree is, about there. Now, as I say, because it's going to be bright today, it's already getting bright now and very warm, I'm going to nip round here, and there's a little peg just here. They're rising lovely in that pond over there in the lilies. Beautiful peg, another fish just moved there, so this is going to be a good spot, I think. We'll get ourselves set up and ready. I'm going to start on the bung rod, I believe. Now, as I say, this is a learning experience for the both of us, because being completely honest, I genuinely have no idea how to fish this bung. The camera to do this so you can get a decent view of it. So there's a fish just rose under that tree, so we're going to do some stalking now. We're going to go black and yellow. Yeah. Now, this is a barbless hook fishery, so we'll be observing the rules. And here's a good lesson. Sometimes you find with these flies, especially buzzers, because they use resin on them, the eyelets are full, you can get pliers like these, little snips, with on the back an eye opener. So you just pop that in, give it a little twist, and it'll pop out any resin stuck in the eye hole. So you spin it round. Excellent. We're free now. Same thing, 8 times, wet the knot, and pull. You'll see me doing that knot a lot, I'll be honest, but it's probably the best knot I've ever used for attaching stuff. There we go. And that is, I mean, these are very, very small flies. You'd think the trout can't see them. They do see them, trust me. And the bung's standing perfect now. So we've found a worm and a buzzer. Perfect way for the bung. For the medium bung. There is a large bung as well, but I haven't used that yet. I think for the large bung, you could probably have a couple of eggs on that. There is a lot of fish moving around here. Right around these trees seems to be very, very popular. I'm literally just fishing an inch off. I don't look like I'm not fishing very far out here, but in this margin of where the trees are is where you find the trout. Like that trout I found over on the other side, that was about 2 foot away from a tree. It's difficult to get to them sometimes when they're behaving like that and they're getting close to the trees, but if you do it, well rewarding. Now there's something, just gave a little knock to my indicator, then it moved, which tells me there's a fish swimming near it. These are the little tips I've learned online with these indicators. If it comes up and lays flat, it means a fish has picked the fly up. If it jiggles, it means a fish has swam past. Then obviously if it goes under, glory days. I'll do a full in-depth review today of these indicators. I'll be honest, I was never a big bung fisherman, never a massive influencer of it, didn't like it. But it is a viable method. There's no way you could fish a buzzer static in there the way I am now without an indicator. There is absolutely no way. You'd have to retrieve it dead slowly, and all that time you're moving it slowly away from the fish. So to me, for this situation, perfect. Oh my god, I just glanced down and the amount of fish in here, par. I'm absolutely surrounded, if you can see that on the camera. Surrounded. So that tells me the trout will be eating those, 100% eating those. Now I will say I'm not impressed with these bung stops for sliding so far, because that's twice I've had to move them back to where they started. Yeah, not massively impressed with that. Fish on. Excellent. Took the chamois worm. Oh, it's a fighter. Oh, that's a nice fish. That drop back bung was supremely good. Slightest little indication and it was on. There we go. Spat the hook in the net and got itself stuck in itself. Yeah, lovely rainbow trout. Brilliant condition. A nice size. We've started. Just give a chance to recover. There we go. Excellent. I'll have to go CDC before it gets too bright. That's going to be the yeah, because when it gets bright it'll push them down, and that's when you should use the indicator. So I'll have to follow my own advice. I've got black beetles and CDCs, both which I've seen online work very well here. I always have, before I start a new fishery, I'll have a little look about. Now I will say, with these dry flies, I won't be using the airflow line, the G3. I'll be using my witchwood, because this stuff is absolutely magic for dry fly fishing. It's a 6-pound line that, honest to God, you cannot see. It is so thin. If you can tell that on there, I'll be amazed. So thin. And we just, same again. All you're literally doing there is wrapping that little tail end back round the line, and then you go through the loop, pull it tight. What you do, always moisten it. Perfect. Trim that down. Now dry flies, you do not have as long a leader on. I tend not to, so I'll go 6 and I'll take it to 12 feet. You don't want it too long, because there's such a light fly, it just causes tangles, and you don't need it as well. Lures are like it long, gets all the depths. These sit on the surface. The fly we're going to be using is one of these. It's a proper little duck feather CDC. They're very high floating. These again, RJW flies. I will never stop saying his name, because he makes some fantastic things. Attached in the exact same way as everything else. Literally nothing changes. With dry flies, you can use products like, this is a very old bottle, Gink. There is other products available, but Gink, my favourite. Love Gink. You cannot use that on these type of feathers, because gums the feathers up, fly won't float. Simple as that. On these, instead, you get CDC powder. That one's off Amazon, and honestly, again, others are available, but I love that one. It was 12 quid, and you get that and a bottle of gink with it, so that's why I bought it. I always think dry fly fishing is an exciting way of fishing. So the retrieve for dry flies is literally just a little tiny twitch and no more. You're basically just moving the fly back very, very slowly in slight increments. That's all you've got to do here. Slowly move it back. As I say, the temperature is rising heavily. From what I can see, that gent behind me is fishing the orange buzzer and a blob with a figure of 8 retrieve, so they are interested in a chase. There we go, right on the edge of that tree line. I'm just going to pull it round, get the line right on the dry fly, and we just see if we can coax one to take out of there. We're just going to try. All I'll do is leave it sat there and occasionally twitch it back. Now, it was this fly last week, gill cruise, that we got a take on, and we've managed it again. Lovely take on the dry, come right for it. Lovely. Nice looking fish as well. Lovely fighting fish. Same fly as I use at Gill Cruise. Very popular. Ooh, it's a bonny colour. See, this is the kind of information I'm saying. Always try under trees, tree roots, things like that. If you're struggling to find fish, go under trees. There we are. And we have, ooh, it's a stocky little thing. Lovely rainbow trout. And you can see, just in its bottom lip is my CDC. There we are. And she'll go back now to fight another day. Let her recover for a bit. Beautiful looking fish. And she's ready. Off she goes. You're right, the eggs work. No, 5 foot deep yellow blob. Seems to be all that works at the minute. Oh. There we go, patience pays off. Hard fighting fish that. Another RJW fly. It's a cheese egg with a yellow head. Brilliant. Lovely little fish. Decent bit of weight on it. A good 3 or 4 pound, I would say. Had to fight very hard to catch that. Right, open yourself, fish. Come here, you bugger. Bloody hell. Lovely fighting fish up here. Very, very hard conditions. There you go. I'll swim that way. Well, ladies and gents, last chance. Saloon. That was an accurate cast, ladies and gentlemen. Taken on a little dry. Nice way to end the video. It's only a little one, but that was just sheer. Saw them rising and fired one over to them. Lovely. A lovely little rainbow to end the session. Beautiful and taken on a dry fly. My opinion, best way to catch them. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of our video. Thank you very, very much for watching. I hope you managed to pick some tips up on the way. There'll be definitely more to come. Sunday is our big trip down to Windermere, where me and Dale are going to try and find some trout in hopefully less bright, less blue sky conditions. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time. Tight lines and great times. And as I always forget to mention, please follow, like, subscribe, share, everything you possibly can to get my content around and about. It's not for monetization, it's to get more and more young people into fly fishing. Thank you very much, and I'll see you again.